Morning, folks. Bit knackered already. I'm up in the ante today. I'm doing something what I consider significantly more challenging than I've done before, well, camping wise. I'm heading up what I take to be England's 7th highest mountain, I think. It's there or thereabouts. And England's highest outside the Lake District. Now, I'm not going to say any more because a lot of you have worked it out anyway. But I need to put, oh God, listen to me breathing. I need to put all my effort into getting up this steep bit. So I'll come back to you in a bit. And that black crag there just below the skyline is something I always doff my cap to on this walk. And it's an outcrop of the Great Wind Sill. And it's called Black Doers. It looks quite dramatic, especially through the binoculars. It looks to be like a cave in it. I always think a Lord of the Rings, the Black Gate into Mordor, or the cave being like the entrance into the mines of Moria. And there she blows, that's what I'm heading for. Now on this route, the temptation is to follow the path to the left. But I'm going up there, straight on. Quite an indistinct route, it's a little like Cairn or something on the skyline though as a guide. Well, for all my puffing and pantsing, I'm making quite good time really. I'm at 700 metres now. And if you've not worked out already, my plan is to do a wild camp on Crossfell. And me and Crossfell go back a long way. I first did it in 1990 when I did the Pennine Way. Gorgeous day that way. And today, if I make it to the top, all being well, this will be my 5th time. So I have been up here a lot. And it's a mountain that's always been kind to me. Every time I've done it, I've had a view. And I've heard that the weather up here can be horrendous, but I've done it in winter, I've done it in summer. And it's always welcomed me as Crossfell. Camping so high up here, water has been a bit of a concern when planning this trip. There are a couple of wells marked on the map, quite high up, but it's clear, things are very dry, there's lots of dry channels and runnels. But I have found a little trickle here that looks reasonable, so I think I'm going to stock up now. Now, it's not the time to have problems with your filter. This Caterin's not flowing very well. It's merely a trickle. Christ! It's a hard graph, this. Now this cairn here over my shoulder is where I leave this track that carries on down to a village called Garrigill, and basically you can just head straight up Crossfell. It's not far from here, but I'm going to carry on a bit further down. There's a bothy down here called Greg's Hut, and I've not been there for years, so I want to have a shufty at that. Look at this. This is nice, isn't it? I've been in here before, but like I said, a long time ago. Yeah, I could stop here, couldn't I? Oh, one or two people are interested in this sticker on body book. Get in! It's just after 2 o'clock and I'm sat by the wind shelter on the summit of Cross Fell. I've got hours to kill before I can pitch the tent, so don't know what to do really. It's quiet now, there's been quite a few people coming over the top. I think what I'll do actually is go and have a big explore of the plateau. Every visit I've done here, I've just kind of walked over the top, or up to the summit and then carried on. So I think I'm going to go and explore over to the east. Just see if I can find something of interest over there, have a bit of a wander about, get to know it a bit more intimately. So the sun's coming out and once again Cross Fell is treating his good friend very, very well. I've taken a walk over to the eastern edge of the plateau, never been over here before. It's an absolutely superb place, so quiet, so remote. Looking that way, you can see Cow Green Res, where I were last week looking for the spring gentian. A long, long way. Whilst over this way, you can see the early warning station on Great Dun Fell. From this side as well, which is an interesting perspective. I've never seen it from this direction. It's just a wonderful, wonderful spot. So remote. For England anyway. The only thing that's missing, I might see a few more trees just sort of a bit higher up on the lower slopes. Sorted at last. I've had to... Oh Christ. Jeez. Such a muppet. I've had to pitch just off the summit because I just couldn't get the pegs in, even though it's like flat bowling green like and grassy. Just below the surface was like just stone and gravel. I just could not get the pegs in. But the top's only, I don't know, 150 yards up there, so I've got good access to it. When I was at Greg's Hut, when I came out, I had a bit of a route around in the spoil outside. Cross Fell's famous for its lead mines and other minerals have been mined here down the edges. Anyway, having a bit of a scrat about, I managed to find a few little bits. I've got a little piece of lead over here that I'll show you. This is a mineral called galena. I'll move it towards the camera and see if it'll pick it up. Don't know whether you're seeing that. It's like a silvery grey material in that rock. Let's move it a bit nearer. Nah, it's gone dead dark, hasn't it? Another mineral I'm looking for is fluorite, which is a nice sort of purpley amethyst mineral, which you can find quite a bit of around here. I've never found any big lumps, though I know people who have. See if you can make this out. Don't know whether that's showing as a purple colour.
Although I was excited about this trip, there was a little part of me that was a bit nervous as well. I've smashed my altitude record for a wild camp on this one for sure. I'm just shy of 3,000 foot here. It's 2,930 feet, I think, Crossfell, 893 metres. By my calculation, it's, I think I might have said earlier, the only ones that are higher are obviously the two Scarfells, Elvelin, Skiddaw, Great Gable and Bow Fell. And I'm just thinking, I can't think of any others in the lakes that are higher. Could be wrong. I know it's higher than Pillar. It's higher than Blencathra, certainly. Yeah, I'm not higher than Fairfield. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's about the 7th highest. And I was reading the other day that Crossfell, along with the two Dunfells a little bit further south, as a collective form the highest sort of block of high ground in England. And they use the contour of, I think, 800 metres. There's nowhere, not even in the Lake District, is there an expanse of high ground like this one here. So it is a pretty special area. It's got a lot going for it.
It's nearly 10 to 9. I've just come for a little stroll after my tea. Sunset is in about an hour, but there's a big bank of cloud. I don't think I'm going to get anything special. I've just been up to the summit, had a bit of a potter about up there, see if there's any birds about. I've been looking for dotterel up here. I've heard that in years past that they bred on this top. Anyway, I've had a good look around with binoculars and stuff. I've not seen any dotterel, but I've seen a few dunlin. Very, very tame as well. I mean, I've not got the big camera with me. But if I think on, I'll put a picture up of a dunlin. I took a decent one a couple of weeks ago near home. I was right, the sunset never materialised at all. It got quite cloudy from the northwest and it's come over now. I thought it was going to be clear tonight as well. It's got quite still, well, not still, but the wind's dropped quite a bit, so should be in for a quiet night hopefully. It's 11:30, so that's it for tonight. I'll speak to you in the morning. I've set the alarm for sunrise. Sunrise is 4:30. I've set my alarm for 5 to 4, so I'll see what conditions are like, and if it looks decent, I'll get up. If not, I'll go back to sleep hopefully. Alright, good night. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Morning folks, it's 5:30, what a transformation in the weather. Thick moor grime, raining, blowing. This was not on the horizon on the forecast at all, completely different to what they were saying. So I'm going to grab something to eat quickly, brew up, and then I'll have to start packing down in this, which I'm not looking forward to at all. I'm going to just plod up to the trig point when I'm sorted, and I'm going to take a bearing off because Crossfell's confusing in these sort of conditions. I'll take a bearing south along the Pennine Way, and then I'll drop into the Coll between Crossfell and Little Dunfell, and then there's a path that will take me westwards back into the valley. But yeah, I've just got to be a little bit careful on this one, I think. This big on path in front. It's coming towards us. This hare's still charging about, it feels roundabout. Normally very shy, I always like to see hers. Right, well I'm almost back at the car now. It's definitely brightening up. Although the mist is clinging stubbornly to the tops of the Pennines, the Lake District's clearing nicely. Just had a chat with a farmer back there who was giving me all his local weather lore and insight. Proper knew his stuff. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that wild camp. Always wanted to camp on Cross Fell. Complete change in the weather conditions from yesterday to today, but can't have everything. Still had a right good time. Never got my sunset and my sunrise, but there's an incentive to go back. Right, not sure when I'm out again. But thanks for watching. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you later.